Hello, I'm Brian Johnson, and welcome to Mastering Kali Linux Network Scanning by Pact Publishing. Just to tell you a little bit about myself before we get started, I'm a security engineer for 7 Minute Security, which is an information security consulting firm based in the Minneapolis area. We focus primarily on technical security projects such as network assessments, vulnerability scanning, penetration testing, and security awareness training. Since 2014, I've also been doing a weekly podcast under the 7 Minute Security name. We talk about penetration testing, blue teaming, and building a career in information security. And sometimes I even sing a song or two, which I don't know if anybody else appreciates, besides maybe my mom. I also bring many years of passion and experience to this project, and I especially enjoy teaching and learning from others. I truly hope that I can be a resource to you even after you've completed this course. Lastly, I have a super small claim to fame. Have you ever seen the movie Jingle All the Way? You know that part where Arnold Schwarzenegger kicks a flaming statue head out a window and then a bunch of Christmas carolers go screaming and running away into the street? If you're really quick with the pause button, you can see me. I'm the guy with the ridiculous top hat. In this course, we will learn how to leverage a combination of tools and scripts to find systems on our network, and then dig even deeper to find and exploit vulnerabilities present on those hosts. First, we'll install and configure Kali Linux, a popular and free Debian-based Linux distribution. Once our Kali environment is up and running, we will install system updates and tools, and configure a non-root user to create a more secure testing environment. In Section 2, we'll learn to perform effective network scanning by creating an inventory of systems on our networks, and then identify open ports and services on those hosts. In Section 3, we'll focus on some issues that might come up with our network scanning, and how to get Nmap to give us more verbose logs for troubleshooting. We'll also talk about how to acquire the proper permissions to scan hosts on third-party services, such as Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure. Section 4 will take us even deeper with fine-tuning our Nmap scans, and we'll learn how to export the scan data in a variety of formats, including XML and HTML. We'll also look at some really cool open-source tools called Sparta and Eyewitness that will give us even more insight into the hosts we're scanning. In Section 5, we'll install, update, and configure an open-source vulnerability scanner called OpenVAS, and actually begin probing hosts for vulnerabilities that may lie within. And then finally, in Section 6, we'll look at some open source tools to find hidden files and folders within websites, and then we'll top things off by actually exploiting vulnerabilities in a web application called OWASP Juice Shop. I've tried really hard to make this course something that IT and security people can step into without a lot of past experience. With that said, though, you will probably have a slightly easier time getting up and running with the material if you have some experience with the following. First, it will help if you've used virtual machine host software, such as VirtualBox or VMware Player. I'll be walking you through how to install Kali as a virtual machine under VMware Fusion, but I'm not going to do a deep dive into the ins and outs of how to get Fusion installed, so you will need to do some reading and Googling on your own to get your virtual machine host software up and running. Second, systems administration. Although we will be going through the install of Kali and the operation of the tools together, it will help if you have some level of systems administrator experience, especially in Linux, ahead of time. Kali is an extremely powerful platform for testing and scanning, so it's important you're comfortable navigating the interface, locating files and programs, tweaking the user interface, and working in the command line. It is familiarity with the command line that I'd like to stress as my final point. Again, we'll be going through the proper use of tools and scripts together, but I recommend spending some time with Kali outside of this course so you can better understand the ins and outs of how powerful the command line interface can be. It will not only make you more confident in your scanning operations, but will also help you become a more versatile Linux systems administrator. So without further ado, let's get started.